Welcome to the Low Stakes Podcast. With ticks are hot, the Negus smoke low and slow, and the stories are always medium rare. Hosted by Jeff Avgaris, fisherman and backyard barbecue master. Alongside co-host Dave Lodwig, a Star Wars-loving, baseball-obsessed pitmaster. And produced by the outdoorsman himself, Nate Cross. Quite possibly the greatest name in podcast. This is the Low Stakes Podcast.
Lead us off, Jeff.
August 3rd, 2026. This is a big day. This is a really big day if you are a baseball fan. It's deadline day, trade deadline. It's going on. If I'm looking at my phone and you're watching on YouTube, that is why. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Missoula, Montana, and we have until 4 o'clock, or 10:19 actually. So it's the next 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours. So
it is so strange for me as a New York Yankees fan to know that I am no longer a fan of the most hated team in baseball.
Is that uncomfortable?
It's not uncomfortable. It's just unsettling because it's like, oh, the Dodgers have far surpassed the image of the evil empire that the Yankees had 25 years ago.
Yep.
Like the Dodgers are just, if you're not a Dodgers fan, you're just complaining that they're ruining baseball. They picked up Tarek Skubal. And or is it Tariq Skubal?
I like the second one.
Yeah,
we go with that.
Yeah, so they got Tariq and everybody and it's crazy to me. The Dodgers just do this every transaction where if they trade for somebody, they give up like 3 completely unknown prospects that you know nothing about. And it's almost like the teams they're trading for, they come to them and it's like resistance is futile. You know, here's what we're going to give you.
It's the force. You are going to give us your player.
Yeah, you're going to give us a future Hall of Famer. We're going to give you a bag of rice and a guy who's blind in his left eye. Oh, that sounds like a great deal.
These guys might be relievers one day.
Yeah,
so.
they might be relievers. They might be relievers. They're here on work visas. And,
you know, I'll be honest, I'm not afraid of the Dodgers. I mean, the Red Sox just went in and swept them this weekend, and 2 of the games weren't even really that close. The middle game where Yamamoto pitched, we won 3-2, and Yamamoto gave up 2 of the runs. But the Dodgers, here's the thing. I've said this for years. Every dynasty comes down. Every dynasty, everybody thinks that they're just going to win forever and it's unfair and everything. Let me tell you something about the Dodgers. One of my best friends in this world is a huge Dodgers fan, and their offense hasn't been that good.
No.
It wasn't that good last year, and it hasn't been that good this year. They're loading up on pitching because that's easier for them to fix, but they got 2 of their main pitchers on the IL. Shohei Ohtani, who knows if he's going to pitch this year? He may just DH the rest of the year. So they got Yamamoto, and now they got Tarek Skubal, which sure, 2 great pitchers, don't get me wrong. But against the Red Sox this weekend, and we have good pitching and good relief, but they scored like 2, 2, and 3 runs. I mean, they just didn't, their offense isn't that great.
Kyle Tucker is, I mean, talk about a free agent signing flop. He is, I don't even think he's crossed 10 home runs yet. And you've got Mookie. Is he even hitting his weight? Like
No.
It's crazy, you know. So on paper they seem like a dynasty, and it generates all of this negativity because, you know, for the casual fan out there, the recognizable names all suddenly are wearing Dodger blue. But yeah, to your point, they're not gelling as well, but then their win-loss record is still pretty solid.
But they got the Rockies. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you know, when you got some toss-ups that you're going to win, if you play them 10 times, you're going to win 9 times. Yeah, you're going to get some stuff like that. So I'm not afraid of them. I don't think anybody should be afraid of them.
But it does just go to show that there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah,
true. I mean, love them or hate them, they are the most talked about team in baseball
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely.
It's working.
It totally is. It's good for baseball. Everybody needs a villain.
Next 9 days, they got a 3-game series against the Rockies, 3-game series against the Diamondbacks, 3-game series against the Nigerian International School for the Blind.
But, you know,
Dodgers.
I mean, they're one Miguel Rojas swing away from not winning that World Series. Jeff Hoffman should have locked down that World Series at the end of last year. I mean, give me a break. Miguel Rojas, who hit like 3 home runs on the year, hits a tying home run. Without that, we're talking about how, okay, they squeaked out one World Series, but offense isn't great. They got a bunch of good pitchers that get hurt a lot. I mean, I don't see it. I just don't see it. So,
Yeah.
But anyways, that's going to be going on the next few hours if you're a baseball fan. So that's fun.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
What's that? Do you guys smell the vague, off in the distance smell of corn dogs and animal feces?
Yeah. It's that
Never
time of
before
year.
has the galaxy seen such a hive of scum and villainy.
The local fair
Yeah.
is going on,
Mhm.
and for fans, both of you that are listening right now,
Fans of the fair or of this show?
we'll leave that open to interpretation. We're literally a block away from the county fairgrounds here as we're recording, and so there's so much activity over there. I don't know about you guys, but I hate the fair.
Oh,
I despise it.
I hate
yeah.
it.
okay.
Absolutely.
What do you hate about it?
Everything.
Oh,
I think that,
for a guy that likes like rides and like, stuff like that.
yeah,
Okay,
I love
fair rides are a little different than like
Yeah.
an amusement park.
Yeah. There's
Something that can be packed up and put on the back of a semi truck should not be. I'm not going on that.
Okay.
I don't like that.
90% of fair rides. Yeah, number one, the maintenance on there. It's like, well,
What
Chuck-
maintenance?
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, Chucky, have you checked out the tooth chipper yet today? Man, that ain't in my contract. Or Clyde over at the Twirl and Hurl.
I did notice that they opened Friday, Saturday, Sunday before and then closed. They're closed down today, Monday. So it's like they gave 3 days of people to show up and kind of test everything out.
Yeah.
Closed down for a day. And then the real fair starts Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, I think, didn't that kid get hurt on a fair ride over in Butte
In Butte, yeah.
last month? And I'm going to assume it's the same ride company. like, let's get some WD-40 on this, I guess, before the next one. But you go there, you take it. Fair's fine when your kids are little, because all it is you put them on one contraption that lazily goes in a counterclockwise circle, and then you put them in another contraption that looks different, but it just lazily goes in a counterclockwise circle.
Maybe that one goes clockwise.
Yeah, it goes clockwise. You hear these airplanes go clockwise, these helicopters go counterclockwise. And then you got like the stupid haunted house. Like, you shouldn't pay if you have to walk through an attraction, right? Like if it's a ride and it's in the rides and you just have to walk through it, that's not worth the money. So I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of fairs.
Interesting. I grew up in the fair was like the thing. Like,
Yeah.
In Medford, Oregon, in the end of July, always the last weekend of July, and it was about 175 degrees out, and you showed up, and it was like, okay, everybody goes in the evening 'cause it's trying to be a little bit cooler, but if you wanted it to be less crowds, you went a little bit earlier. And as a kid, I remember going, and it's fun to see the animals. There was usually some sort of monster truck thing that happened. Cool little bands. We got the best bands in Southern Oregon came at that time. I mean, this has been 30 years ago. So it was just kind of a fun event,
Well, that was always the pull to fairs. Like in Oregon, where Jeff grew up and where I spent a lot of my time, the state fair was in Salem, Oregon, and big fairground complex there. And they would get top name bands that would come in and play. It's like, hey, we're going to the Oregon State Fair because, Def Leppard's playing and Scritti Politti is opening for them. And
I think Wasp was there too.
Wasp. They
Now
played
we're
in front
talking.
of dozens of fans that night. The thing with our fairs, there's no musical acts. Like I'll go to a fair, like I went to Bozeman's Fair a few weeks ago because I went to see Stone Temple Pilots. I wasn't there for deep fried butter or to see your hog. I went to
see my hog. Is what you said?
Gonna mark that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know they had that at the fair.
Exactly. That's wow. Just so many rapid fire jokes just popped into my head. But
I
anyway,
can see the restraint. Like I can visibly see him
keep
holding it in.
PG, keep it PG. Anyway, that's why Missoula's fair is I don't know, it just kind of sucks a little bit. There's never really any top name entertainment that is a draw there. So you're just going down to eat the Sons of Norway potato. And
They also got rid of the Demolition Derby.
They did.
And that was the highlight of the summer for me.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
We're actually doing, we've never done it before here, but we're doing Thursday night, the rodeo stuff. So bull riding and bronc and Mustang riding and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that is. I like going, I mean, I like one night of the bad food. So they make the corn on the cob that they put like, stuff on. And,
That is pretty good.
Like that.
Always reminds me of Nacho Libre, which per our last episode discussion,
that is true.
worthwhile.
You're going to be branded with Nacho Libre.
I know,
Bringing
man.
it up.
I'm okay with that.
Wow. You are a stickler with that movie.
There are worse things to be stuck to.
True. Yeah, the fair is definitely here. Tragedy going on in Spokane, Washington, which is kind of a bummer. Man, we were just talking about it before we went live that big fire. As of last night, like 600 homes have burned up. Dwight Markle sports complex, conflicting reports, but it may have burned up. They're still fighting the fires. We've all seen the videos. It's crazy over there. Like some concerts got canceled. It's not good.
In all seriousness, I heard rumors that it was potentially arson.
I believe it.
Yikes.
Like the forest fires. And if you're not here in the region, that evening, Sunday night or Saturday night, when the fires erupted, the winds across the inland Northwest were crazy. And so it was like the perfect conditions for a massive fire of that scale. So 60,000 people evacuated from Spokane over into Idaho, most of them Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene. They're setting up. Over 600 buildings and structures have burned down.
It's crazy.
So, in all seriousness, our hearts and prayers and thoughts go out to the people of Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, I noticed, and so I made some assumptions myself, but yesterday morning, Vista, that's the power company over there, turned off power to like 43,000 customers, and they said they're not turning it back on until it's safe. So I kind of in my head made an assumption that when you hear the power company starting to turn off power, that maybe a power line started one of the fires, but it's like multiple fires. If you look on Watch Duty, there's like spots all around. So it's either an arsonist, it's either power lines, it's something, it seems, because it's just not one fire that went there. And it sounds like they've all kind of grown together at this point. But
and I'm not aware of there being any lightning strikes there over the last few days, which if you live in the inland Northwest, that's 99% of the time, that's what starts our forest fires here is lightning strikes. And
it's lightning strikes or arson. I mean,
yeah, it really is. And sad to think that somebody out there would devise a plan to start a fire potentially that would do the damage that it's doing.
Yeah, be better, people.
Yeah,
I mean, if you are that person, be better. Find something to focus your energy on.
Even if it's an accidental arson, like someone had a campfire and it's still irresponsible.
Totally. Yeah. Right now, I mean, I double think mowing my lawn, I mean, we got dry grass behind our house. It's like, you just kind of, I do it in the morning, you try to, so anyways, not great. Dave, you want to jump into our first sponsor?
Not really. After we just talked about all this human misery. Gosh. It's like, all right, Dave, tell some jokes.
Hard to go into Mystery Meadows from here.
I know. Here's the thing. We do joke. We joke about a lot of things on this podcast, but something we should never joke about is dry and chafing nipples.
Yeah.
Luckily, our friends at Mystery Meadows have developed the best nipple cream that money can buy. And you guys think I'm joking, but they actually sell nipple cream. This time last year, I had to wear Dr. Scholl's callus cushions over my nipples because I run a lot and I wear mesh tank tops while I do it. The really see-through black ones.
Is it flavored nipple cream?
I don't know.
Okay.
If it is, I would hope it's jalapeno. Either jalapeno or trout. Anyway, luckily, for only $10, I bought nipple cream from mysterymeadows.com, and I enjoy the same nipple softness I remember from my early 30s. So, guys, if you're struggling with nipple problems out there, make sure you go over to mysterymeadows.com. like I said, only $10 for their top end nipple cream, as well as other health and beauty products.
I
Thank
love
you
that.
to
Do
Mystery
we
Meadows.
still have that discount code?
Discount code, it is FART.
That one's easier to remember.
Yeah. And again, that's you save 2% on orders over $200.
Dave is doing everything he can to get rid of these sponsors.
Pulling it out.
They love me.
We're trying hard. If you been listening to the podcast, which I'm sure all four of you have been for weeks on end,
Thanks, Rudy.
we did a breakdown of 1986, which I thought was kind of a fun one. I thought
was a lot of fun.
We did it really good. So we promised at the time we kind of doing 10-year chunks, and eventually we'd get to Nate's age. Well, we're going to.
Technically, you did arrive there.
We're
I
here
was
now.
born in 95.
Yeah. So we're doing 1996 today, which should be a lot of fun. I got some facts that I pulled up, and then we'll have some discussion here. But interesting one which shocked me. DVDs launched in Japan in 1996. They actually didn't launch in the United States till 1997. So interesting one. Only 16% of homes owned a mobile phone in 1996. Independence Day, Scream, Twister, Mission Impossible, the first one, Jerry Maguire were all popular movies that year, all bangers. I'm a big Jerry Maguire fan. I thought that was a great movie. Atlanta Olympic Games happened, which means that the Olympic Games bombing happened that year, which we can talk about.
Olympic Village.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Super Bowl champs were the Dallas Cowboys. Unfortunately, it was the last time they were Super Bowl champions. Yankees somehow won the World Series and really went on a run after that. I think they won, what did they win, 4 out of 5 years or 4 out of 6 years? Something
won
like that.
in 96, 98, 99, 2000.
Yeah, so 4 out of 5. Bulls won the NBA championship. Might have been the last year. Maybe they won 97. I don't remember, but it might have been.
No, they won 96, 97, 98. They
won 98 too? Okay.
Yeah, that was the beginning of their second three-peat.
Gotcha. Michael decided to stop playing baseball and back they went. Macarena was big song wise. That was like the biggest song of the year. California Love by Tupac. I like that song. Mariah Carey was still big. Boys to Men, Backstreet Boys. It was the boys band time of year. And Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, by far her best album, and great stuff there. And the Spice Girls launched in the UK. It was the first year that they launched their album. Dave, you brought this up to me when we were talking on the side. Bill Clinton was reelected over Bob Dole, and Bob Dole likes to talk about Bob Dole a lot.
Bob Dole exists in the third person.
And since I have a perfect way of dialing stuff up with sad stuff at the end of my stuff, the Port Arthur massacre in Australia, killing 35 in Tasmania, what happened? That's when they banned pretty much all guns in Australia. And the Dunblane massacre in Scotland that killed 16 children. They made many documentaries about that. That's when they outlawed handguns in the UK. So that's just some highlights of 1996
and a couple of lights.
Yeah.
A couple of lowlights.
Yeah, some lowlights. So
what's crazy is almost everything you listed out were the things that I wrote down that I remember vividly from that year, almost to a T.
Yeah.
So
it was a fun year. I mean, I turned 16 that year. And so I was telling these guys before the podcast, I was 16. I got my car in February. My license in February, and I had a girlfriend. So the whole year I was just driving around chasing my girlfriend around. But I do remember these movies like Independence Day.
Oh,
dude. Fun in the theater.
Independence Day was so much fun. That came out obviously on in July of 1996. I remember seeing it. That was the only summer during my college years where I actually went home for the summer.
Oh.
Every other summer, I was. Like one summer I worked in Georgia, another summer I was in Iowa. It was the only summer I went home. And so it was kind of cool. I got back together with some of my high school friends to go see Independence Day. And I remember watching it thinking like, oh my gosh, this is so entertaining. And oh my gosh, this is so stupid at the same time. I was just like, when Will Smith punches the alien and says, "Welcome to Earth." I was like, Wow. Somebody wrote that on a piece of paper and asked,
said, "This is a good idea.
this is a good idea to say on film."
When the guy flies the F-15 into the ship to destroy it.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, I'm
back. Independence Day, number one, you're just not going to see movies like that made anymore because it was just pure popcorn entertainment. I took my kids to see the new Spider-Man movie over the weekend, right? And going to be one of the biggest movies of all time. Based about, it made almost $1 billion, just short of $1 billion on its opening weekend. But they put intelligence into the script. It's like, wow. let's put human drama and all. Independence Day didn't have that. No. I remember sitting there. At the end thinking, like, the humans won in this movie because the aliens didn't have a virus protection software. They developed intergalactic flight and weapons that could destroy entire cities in one blast, but they didn't have like Netscape Sweeper or whatever,
Well, the entire movie was just an ad for antivirus software. I think it was McAfee at the time.
Yeah, McAfee or Norton. And
well, the crazier part of that is if you know software at all, like different operating systems don't marry up like that. So we would have had to known what their system was to create a bug in order to make a bug. So it's like,
look, don't think about it too hard.
Well, no, the one part of that whole scene that perplexed me even to this day is there was no Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi was not even a thought, right? So Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum fly the ship into the mothership. And then if you go back and watch it, he's got like an Apple 3.1, a Windows 3.1 laptop, right? Now you can use it as a great paperweight. But he pulls it out and he plugs it into a cable that's coming out of the console in the alien spacecraft. So that means one of two things happened. Okay, one, the ship came preloaded with a cable that fit
that laptop.
Yeah, that laptop in 1996.
And interfaced with Windows 3.1.
Exactly. Or the scientists on Earth were able to figure out enough about the alien technology to retrofit a cable into there that can connect them to that. So they can figure that out, but nothing else in the movie. Like they can't figure out how to take down the shields or anything. Now, the listeners are thinking you guys have gone way too deep on this. Oh man, it was just
it's bugging him. It's getting to him.
It's eating at him.
30 years later, I'm still as like that was so. But at the same time, it was so stupid and fun. But part of it was the 90s was like a resurgence of disaster type films because there was two major films that came out in 96 that made tons of money and they were disaster films. It was Independence Day, and that first trailer showed the White House getting blown up and then the Empire State Building getting blown up. Everybody's like, well, I gotta go see what happens. And then Twister came out that was awesome summer. Twister was a fantastic movie and Twister was equally stupid. It was just equally stupid, but you paid money for the sound, the Dolby THX sound that just rattled the whole theater, and it was an experience. And so there was a line of movies. The 1990s were big on disaster type films,
and like Twister, probably of that year is my favorite. I still watch Twister probably once a year. It's just a fun one. The new one with
Twisters.
Yeah. Twisters with what's the muscle guy's name?
He was Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Yeah. Good dude. But
you guys tight?
Yeah, we're buddies. Yeah. I remember his name.
Good dude.
Can't even remember his name. Yeah, come on.
But not as good as the original. But the point is that it was a fun movie at the time. Like, it was like it's something that was action packed. Helen Hunt, back then she was an attractive lady.
Easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's a pretty lady. So it just was a good setup movie, I thought. So
I think my favorite movie that came out in 96 was The Rock.
That's a great movie.
The Rock came out.
Did it come out in 96?
Yeah, it came out like late fall 1996.
Favorites, yeah.
And that was just Michael Bay doesn't make a ton of movies that actually have intelligence to them. And I wouldn't say The Rock was necessarily intelligent, but man, it was entertaining. And to see Sean Connery in one last action film role before he kind of got relegated to old man with wisdom, you know, in whatever roles he had after that. That was a fantastic movie.
Music was interesting because I kind of thought that grunge lasted longer than it did, but like all the popular bands were like rap, R&B, you know, that kind of Alanis Morissette, kind of that pissed off woman stuff. There was a few of those bands at that time that was kind of like the rebellious females. I think the Four Non Blondes were still going at that time, you know. So there was that. But Jagged Little Pill was a great album. It really was.
Jagged Little Pill, technically, if I remember right, came out late 1995, but the lead single, You Ought to Know, is what hit hard in 96. And it really established, that album really established this trend where you have just a pissed off woman with musical talent that generates an album once a decade and everybody eats up, particularly other women, because it speaks to their outrage towards whatever nasty breakup they went through. So in the 90s, it was Alanis Morissette. In the 2000s, it was Kelly Clarkson. And then 2010, that whole 1989 album that Taylor Swift put out in the last decade was she's just angry at these unsung men that have broken her heart. And there's a big market for that.
I was a big rap fan at the time, so Tupac,
I thought you were going to say you were a big Swiftie.
I'm a big Swiftie now.
I'm sorry.
But Tupac was somebody I listened to consistently, and it was a really good album that year. He's good. I mean, I'm not going to say he's a good dude. He was not a good person, but
another buddy of his.
Tupac. I have a tattoo of him right here over my left nipple.
Sorry, guys, I didn't know I had to personally know people to know if they were good dudes or not. But no, it was a fun time for Biggie Smalls and all of them. That's the time that they all had big music, and then they all shot each other. So, what can you do there?
Wild time.
To your point, though, is you still think grunge is the major influence over the 90s, but the truth is grunge hit big in 1991. And by the time we get to 1996, 5 years later, alternative rock is still, it's got a presence. I remember that was the year, the big alternative rock album that year was Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins. 1979 was on there, which is just a fantastic song. And I remember listening the heck out of that album that year. But yeah, you go back and it's like the world changed significantly enough in 1991 where, the one of the focal songs of the whole year was Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
We get to 96 and the top song is the Macarena.
The Macarena.
Yeah. That's a big shift.
It was a massive shift, and so, these musical genres that get popular, they get white hot for a little bit and then they start to taper off.
Yeah.
And
we were in the middle of the boy band era here too, we're still going.
We're coming up on the boy band era.
It's resurging. It's coming back.
Please God, no.
I saw you guys will love this. I saw a friend of mine. I'm sorry if you're listening to this podcast. I won't say your name, but I saw a friend of mine who I went to high school with, and I kind of dated in high school.
How do you kind of date somebody in high school?
Well,
I don't know if I want him to explain that.
You don't want to know.
I gotcha.
But she went to Vegas with like a group of like 5 other girls that are her age, all my age, to see, I'm assuming Backstreet Boys, because I think they're on residency there. And they did these set of videos where they're like rolling in the pool, like in unison, and to all the different songs. I was like, man, we're living that. We're in that era. We're in that age.
Wait. This was recent?
That's like yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I'm just going to say dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So sorry if you're listening.
She's actually uber successful and still a really pretty lady. I mean, she wasn't a good lady too. So
gotcha.
I knew her.
How did you spell her name again? I just want to look her up online.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Judy with a silent L. 96 Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
I remember watching them.
You watched them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I remember the bombing and the hunt for Richard Jewell, which wound up, he was innocent. So if you don't know the story, in the Olympic Village that year, there was a small bomb that went off, and it was like huge news and caused mass hysteria. They didn't catch the actual bomber until almost 3 years later. There was a guy, forget his name, but I think it was late 1998, where he was caught, and he had set off some other bombs in some other areas of Georgia and I think maybe Nashville. And they caught him.
If you've never watched or know the story, for anybody out there, the Netflix series Manhunt did Manhunt Deadly Games, and why Netflix stopped doing that Manhunt thing, I have no clue, because the two that they did, I guess they did a third one on the Boston bombings, but it was like, I looked forward to that. It was like the greatest. I mean, a real life like documentary, and they would follow the investigators through, and it was great. So I don't know why Netflix canned that, but that's a great one if you don't know the story, because it goes through all of it.
96 was Dream Team 2.0.
Oh yeah.
So 92 was the Dream Team, greatest collection of talent ever put together as athletic talent. And then 96 was Dream Team 2.0. And so
this is basketball.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I thought you might be talking about soccer. You know, I know it's your favorite.
We know there's no
Soccer.
talent in soccer.
Yeah, exactly, man. If you could play a sport and not have both of your arms, is it really a sport? Like, I was born without arms. Well, good job. Soccer is right up your alley. No, I'm talking about a sport that actually takes athletic talent. So what am I going to do? This is like some professional soccer player is going to kick our door in sometime, and he's going to be speaking to me in Portuguese or whatever it is he says, and I'm going to be like, well, somebody call ICE.
Wearing his Speedo.
Wearing his Speedo. He's covered in baby oil.
Mystery Meadows.
Yeah, Mystery Meadows. Like, he throws the bottle of nipple cream at me. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
The Dream Team.
The Olympics. So Dream Team 2.0.
Strawberry flavored.
Oh, Dios mío. Anyway, so it was Dream Team 2.0, which they were just as dominant, but it was a little disappointing because there was no Jordan, no Magic, no Bird, none of that. But they were still really good. Shaq was on that team. But then probably now the most famous person to come out of the 96 Olympics was Kurt Angle. Wrestler. Oh. So Kurt Angle,
super popular.
Yeah, he's super famous. He's the most famous.
Trust me. You guys live in your little sheltered bubbles, but Kurt Angle.
I'm waiting.
Did you just say a different last name? I swear it was Angus, and then it switched to Angle.
No, Kurt Angle.
Okay, all right.
He won the gold medal in freestyle Olympic wrestling, and he did it with a broken neck.
Oh, I do know this story.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he had broken his neck, and he won the Olympic gold medal. And then immediately after that, the WWF signed him. Oh. And he premiered a couple years later and went on to become one of the biggest professional wrestlers of the late 90s and 2000s. And he would come out, he would have his Olympic gold medals from the 96 Olympics, and he would talk about how he won it every year with a broken frickin' neck. And that was like his thing that he did for decades. And he's probably one of the most famous athletes to come out of the 96 Olympics.
I'll say when we do these,
yes,
it makes me remember the 90s and just how I think the 90s, even though I love the 80s, I think the 90s were the best decade of my life for sure. But I can't even imagine before that, just because we had advancements in technology. The internet was starting to come. We had mobile phones. We were progressing technology wise, but it hadn't taken over our lives.
Yeah.
It was a tool that added to our lives. You had a computer, but it was more like a really easy to use typewriter. You typed up your forms and deleted stuff, and you didn't have to mess with paper. I mean, it was a really, really fun time. We were still playing outside till the lights went off, the street lights came on, sort of thing. But we had advancements. It was just a fun time. It was a really, really good era.
I think I have warm memories of the 90s because that's when I entered my early adulthood.
Yeah.
And so, you're scraping by, you don't have any money. Like I would literally go weeks, 1996, I'm in college. I would probably spend like $3 on groceries each week. And it was predominantly Top Ramen and Kool-Aid packets, because that's all I could afford. But man, the memories from there and the friends I made during college 30 years ago, 96 in that era, they're still the closest friends I have to this day.
Agreed.
And we talk all the time, even though we're scattered now across the U.S. There was a couple other things that happened in 96, just to shine a light on it. That was the year Charles and Diana got divorced.
All right.
That was a big deal.
What country are they from?
England. Or Great Britain.
They're
the United Kingdom.
They enjoy soccer, I've heard.
Yeah. Nobody cared about European politics, over here. But man, the fascination with British royalty. I was old enough to remember their wedding. I think that was like 81 when they got married, and it was televised everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was a big deal when they got divorced. It was, People Magazine, everything, from the Weekly World News to the Inquirer to People Magazine. That was all over there because nobody had ever seen royals get divorced like that before.
Yeah.
Well, and a number of years ago when Queen Elizabeth died, I found out a bunch of people that I know have that like closet obsession with British royalty. And they were talking about the divorce and all the history leading up to. And I was like, you guys pay attention to this?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it came from that Netflix
Crown.
show, The Crown.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
But it had its roots in, when they got married, the divorce, like kind of all the drama around all of that sort of stuff. That's where it had its roots. My mom had never seen The Crown. And she was like, oh yeah, I used to read all the magazines about, Princess Diana and all this stuff. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You did?
It was
to understand
big deal.
Queen Elizabeth and like what she lived through as the queen. She had some of the historical greatest people ever that she lived with. She went through World War II. She went through all of these different things. It's incredible. And that's a sidetrack.
I don't want to gloss over how important it was that the Yankees reestablished their dynasty in 1996. And I'm going to make eye contact with you the entire time I talk about this, Red Sox fan.
Go ahead.
Because it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time, wasn't it?
It was incredibly awesome to be in my early 20s. And the Yankees had last played in a World Series in 1981. And it would been this title drought, right? Like they had not gotten into the World Series. And that was bizarre because for people that grew up in 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, Yankees were just this powerhouse. Everybody knew them. Boom, 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 boom. And then they went
15 years without a thing?
It was 15 without an appearance. The last World Series they won before that was 1978.
Oh, wow.
77 and 78 with Reggie Jackson. Pirates won in 79. And so that it had been
18 years between championships. Interesting.
Yeah. And so it was a drought.
Mm-hmm.
And
how many years are they on a drought right now? I'm looking you in the eyes, Yankee fan.
There it is.
I was waiting for that.
There it is, third place.
Not for long. I have
that.
recorded when you were like, they're 11 and a half games back and they're never going to do anything and they suck. Well, I don't care. That's going to be on this podcast when we pass the Yankees 2.5 back of them right now.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, Jeter was a rookie in 95, but he didn't qualify enough in 95. So I think 96 is when he actually won Rookie of the Year and they won the series and it just started this dynasty.
It did.
1996 also included a major news story that involved the state of Montana. Guys, you know what it was?
Nope.
Think about it. it involved the city of Lincoln, Montana.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, the Unabomber.
Unabomber.
Mhm.
That was in early 90s.
96?
96. Ted Kaczynski got arrested in Lincoln, Montana, about an hour and a half north of here. And little Lincoln is forever going to be famous because of that. Yeah, just the mugshot of that guy with his crazy hair and his beard in the orange jumpsuit that they had him in.
I wish there was a video, maybe there is, and I haven't seen it, of them going and using a helicopter to take his shack out. And like, can you imagine being in Lincoln, you look up and the guy's shack is just floating, flying away.
Just like hundreds of federal agents there, because first of all, the scheme of mailing bombs, using rural Montana's postal service to send out bombs in the mail was just crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that was Montana reemerged into American culture and awareness thanks to the Unabomber. And
have you ever talked to residents of Lincoln about that?
I was going to ask. I thought you were about to say, have you ever talked to Ted Kaczynski? Well, it's been a couple of years.
He's a good guy.
Good guy. Great guy.
Didn't he die?
Wait, qualify that. Not.
I think he died. I think he got cancer and died.
Yes. It was only a couple years ago.
It was real recent.
Pretty recent.
You say that with sympathy. You're like, man, he got cancer and died,
I'm sorry. He got cancer and died.
It's like the guy mailed bombs to people in the mail. It's like, all right. So last thing about 96.
Hold up.
Okay.
Talking to people in Lincoln about.
Oh, yeah.
I got stuck there a couple years ago and pulled off at an auto shop. Truck I was driving had issues. And talking to the owner, and he's a little bit older guy. And apparently he used to fix Ted Kaczynski's bicycle. And so, like, unprovoked, I did not ask him at all, but he starts telling me all these stories about Ted Kaczynski. And I'm like, I think he might actually like him.
He's like, Ted was a great guy. Great guy. Give you the shirt off his back.
I was like,
Bastards trying to keep him down.
That's right.
Is the truck ready? Can I go now, please?
They snowballed that whole thing.
I put something in the bed of your truck just to take with you.
Like, hey, can you drop this off at UPS for me? It's a clock. It's just a clock.
It's just a clock.
Tick, tick, tick.
Don't mind Anyways, so that was an experience.
So this is my favorite personal story from 1996. So I was 20 during the summer of 1996, in the middle of my Bible college years, because again, I'm a pastor of a church, and back then that was the only summer I went home for the summer. So I went back, lived in Vancouver, Washington for the summer, and I had a buddy who worked at a church in Portland, and so he needed volunteers to work with the youth group over there, and so I would volunteer, and then summer camp rolled around in like July of 96, and so I went to volunteer to be a camp counselor for a week at this camp called Sky Camp outside of Eugene, Oregon. And so I get there, and so several of my friends from college were also there, really close buddies. But they all had girlfriends that were also there, and I was single at the time. So I'm hanging out, and you have all of these like high school kids coming in, and listen, I'm 20 years old, single. I have certain hormones that kick up inside of me, and I remember there was this blonde high school age girl that came in, and you couldn't help but take notice. And so did all of my other buddies, right? So that day, registration day, they're like, hey, man, we're going to help you out. You're not that far removed from them. So we're going to get some information on this girl for you. I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. And she looked so much older and more mature than the other kids. And so they go talk to her for me, during the day, and they relay the information back to me. They'd say, well, her name's 80, like the number. That was her name. It was 80. And they're like, dude, you're in luck. She's completely single. She's 18, just graduated from high school. This is her last thing before she goes off to college. And yeah, you should go talk to her. So I spent the next 3 days kind of like pseudo flirting with this girl. And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And I never once bring up like what her post high school plans or anything are, right? And so I think it was like Wednesday of the week, and I'm sitting around with my friends Nathan and Jeff, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to find out more about this girl. And they just start.
Was that a mistake, or was it
No.
actually your friends Nathan and Jeff?
Yeah, Nathan and Jeff.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is really
Nathan
wild.
Hornback, Jeff Adams.
That's crazy.
It is
I know.
crazy.
I know, to think that there's other people in the U.S. that have your names.
But the odds that you had two of the same.
No.
And now we're doing a podcast.
That's
I
weird.
know.
That's
It's
crazy.
wild. But they're like, they start dying laughing. They're just dying laughing. And they go, dude, she's 13. And I could feel all of the blood drain out of my face. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, man, we were messing with you this whole time. Like, we found out.
Did she seem mature for her age?
I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, she's here. They were doing a favor. It was a high school camp, but they were doing a favor to whatever church it was she came from. And so she got
She's
to
in
go.
middle school.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I spent 72 hours flirting with a 13-year-old.
I'm heartbroken.
And I felt more like I gotta go take a shower. I was just like, oh no, no.
That really does define best of enemies right
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
Like, that is a cruel, cruel thing.
That
Jeff.
is.
Jeff and Nate, Adams and Hornback, if you guys ever hear this, I'm still harboring that grudge against you guys. That was gross and humiliating and hilarious.
Dave got catfished in
I got
1996
catfished
by his
96.
buddies.
Oh man. And the worst part about it is the genuine laughter that they had when they finally revealed it to me, and just watching them laugh so hard was just, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's my most memorable moment of 1996.
I love that. You know what I think is the most heartbreaking thing?
What?
If you don't own a home.
Good segue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a friend.
You do?
I do. Her name is Rose Chadwell. And Rose Chadwell is just the most pleasant, wonderful realtor you could ever work with. And I've gotten to know her over the years. I don't know if you guys know this, but she has a brother named Heinrich.
Mhm.
And when they were little, Rose and Heinrich were walking one day,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw this house covered in gumdrops.
Yeah.
And so they went inside the house because, little kids, they like candy. And sure enough, there was a witch inside. And the witch kind of, suckered him in with some candy. And
Good point.
realizing that they were suddenly in trouble, little Rose and Heinrich
Mhm.
performed the entire soundtrack from The Sound of Music to keep the witch distracted.
Excellent.
Yeah, as well they should. And just after the witch had lost patience and was ready to eat these two children,
Mhm.
they were able to trick her and shove her into an industrial-sized microwave.
Excellent.
And anyway, Rose learned so much from that experience that she made sure that when she sold homes to people, that you would never run the danger of potentially buying a gumdrop house from a witch someday. And
She wouldn't shove you into a home.
no, she would not.
But
Mm.
she does make sure that there's always an industrial-sized microwave
Of course
in
there is.
every home she sells.
Yeah,
Of course there is.
just in case.
So here's the thing. If you're looking for a house out there, make sure you reach out to Rose Chadwell at rose@bigSkyBrokers.com.
Mhm.
She'll also perform the entire soundtrack to The Sound of Music
Mhm.
today if you just request it.
Yep.
So
And she'll give you some whiskey too.
that's right.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Rose. We're gonna do something new. We're a new podcast, right?
Are we still?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
kinda
I guess we are.
We're like 12 episodes in or something.
yeah, I think this is
so
episode 13, maybe
we've been doing it for a
It's,
little while.
Episode 14,
14.
14. Wow. Okay.
Wow,
if you skip 13.
that's an unremarkable number.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But we're going to do a little thing called Get to Know Your Podcaster. I've come up with a list of questions. You guys don't know what the questions are, do you? Have I told you ahead of
Nope.
time?
No.
No clue. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be great. So what I'll do is I'll ask Dave and then Nate, and then the next question, Nate, and then Dave. And that way, it's not unfair that way. So, we're going to start this off with a softball. Best TV show ever.
Oh, I know. Do you want to go first, though? I mean, I do all the talking.
You go
No,
first.
you go first.
The Simpsons.
Simpsons? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nate?
The Office.
Office. That's a good one. Those are both good ones. I would say Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Cheers is good.
Now, wait. Is this best or personal favorite?
I think personal favorite
Okay.
best. Yeah.
And yes, The Office.
Okay, Nate, I'll start with you on this one. Nickname as a kid or an adult?
As a kid, Navy Bean.
Navy Bean?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you're white and hairless?
How do you know he's hairless?
I don't know. It's an educated guess. There's no short and curlies poking out of his collar. So,
Oh, that's good.
my nickname?
Yeah,
It's Dave.
it's Dave. You've never had a nickname?
No. Well, I mean, my Christian name is David.
Oh,
So
so
Dave
is your nickname.
In high school, I was called Lewd. Yeah, that was true story. A few years ago, buddy from high school, his name is Bill Bird. He and I got together in Florida, in Orlando, and we grabbed a beer together. And walking up to him, I hadn't seen him in 25 years, and I hear his voice from across the parking lot, Lewd. So I was like, "Oh, there's Bill," and yeah, it stuck.
Lewd it is. My nickname was Fred because I guess I liked Fred Astaire when I was a little guy. So they called me Fred. Shoot, my dad still
I was
calls
going
me
to say,
Fred.
is it because you look like Fred Flintstone? But now that I look at you, dude, you are a dead ringer for Barney Rubble.
Yes, thank you. Moving on. All right, Dave, this one's first for you. What item do you hope is obsolete in 20 years?
Oh, dear, come. Obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say that. Obsolete. The Cybertruck put out by Tesla.
Okay, Cybertruck. Nate?
Printers.
Printers.
Dude, you're still stuck on
I
printers.
hate printers.
How much are you printing?
If we could just have a society where you never need to use one, I would be happy.
Solid.
I barely need to print anything now. I have an iPad, which I can show documents on. So I'm doing a funeral in a few hours here, and I just read off my iPad.
It's not the volume of printing. It's the immense headache when I have to print that one random paper every 6 months.
Here's what I'm going to do.
That's what I hate.
Hewlett Packard has a headquarter complex in my hometown. I'm going to drive you there and just let you rant.
Oh,
the
thank you.
front desk.
Let's do it.
I love it.
That would be a good episode.
Yeah.
I hope AI is obsolete. I'm not a big fan. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool toy. Dave's obviously obsessed with it.
We'll do some social media posts with his.
Yeah, we'll do some social media posts on
I could send them to you.
Go to Instagram. We'll get 3 or 4 or 5 of them up there so you can see the fun Dave's having with ChatGPT. But yeah, I hope AI because I think not a doomsdayer, but it's going to change society as it grows, if it grows. So that's fine. Here's just kind of a fun one. A mainstream food that you love that everybody hates.
Mainstream.
Yeah. Or a food.
I was going to say, isn't that an oxymoron? Because can something be mainstream if everybody hates it?
I think it's mainstream, like not something that's super obscure, like I mean, just something that most
Something
people
that you
know
could
what
go
it
to the
is.
grocery store and pick it up off the shelf.
Yeah.
Sardines.
Yeah. Sardines?
I
Okay.
love sardines.
You love sardines?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I immediately thought of seafood as well, or I like oysters.
Oysters?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, those are both good ones. Is hot dog a sandwich?
It is not
Oh
a
wait,
sandwich.
what's your
Oh
food?
yeah, what's your food?
My obscure one that I love but everyone hates. I don't know.
Baklava.
That was anti-Semitic.
What? I guess I eat a lot of sauces, so like probably hot sauce. Even though hot sauce, a lot of people like it, it's hated by most. So yeah, I like hot sauce.
It's
So.
not that I hate hot sauces. My lower intestine can no longer process it.
True. Very true. Very true. I'm going to skip a couple here. We don't have to do the hot dog one. That one's dumb.
It is though.
It is a sandwich?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a tube steak.
It is that.
That
too.
was one of the options for a name for this
It
podcast.
was.
I like this. I like this one as a fun to tell a lot about us. If only you could only have one YouTube channel subscription that you can watch the rest of your life, what would it be?
Honest Trailers.
Honest Trailers?
Yeah.
What's that?
They're sort of a spoof. They make spoof trailers for movies that come out. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
It is hilarious.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll have to check that out.
Man, this is tough. It's kind of like flavor of the month for me right
Yeah.
now. I just kind of cycle through them. Right now, it would probably be the Jeremy Boring Show.
Okay.
He just started his podcast YouTube channel not too long ago, and it's been some of the most refreshing content on YouTube. I really enjoy it.
Interesting. All right.
Refreshing.
Mine would be this is so random, but it's kind of my zone out thing. Is Matt's Off-Road Recovery?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a pretty good channel.
I haven't
So
seen that.
he's in South Utah and Hurricane, Utah. It's spelled like hurricane, but they say Hurricane, Utah. And he's an off-road recovery guy, and he goes out in the desert and recovers people that get stuck. But he built this big record. It's cool. He just came through town not too long ago. They did a recovery up in Idaho. So
It's sweet. You should check it out.
you should. It's fun.
Do Mormon people intentionally mispronounce words, or is it just like, is it just part of who they are?
It's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. It
I don't
seems
know, dude.
weird.
I don't know, but they do get very upset with you if you mispronounce it.
Really?
They do.
Mispronounce.
Yeah, exactly. Mispronounced. Yeah.
I don't know. A bunch of Aryan looking guys. Anyway.
Jeez. Nate, this one's for you to start. Favorite song?
Favorite song. Well, actually, this dovetails into our conversation about 1996. In 1996, my favorite band started doing shows. They didn't release an album until 97, but in 96, they started doing shows, Switchfoot.
Okay.
And probably my favorite song of their anthology would have to be maybe like Beautiful Letdown, one of the earlier ones. That's way up there, but it'd be one of theirs.
Awesome. Dave?
In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel.
Interesting. That's
Yeah, I know. You guys are waiting for the joke, but there's no joke.
I was waiting for the
No.
joke.
It's ironically that song came out in '86, which 10 years prior to the year we're talking about now. But to me, "In Your Eyes" by Peter Gabriel is a perfect song.
interesting. Mine's Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Dave, we'll start with you. Your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to have a lot, but I don't know. Does sitting count as a hobby now? Like that's what I devote most of my time to. My favorite thing to do is build custom lightsabers.
All right.
So it's an actual hobby I do, man. I got into that at maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I actually taught as an after school program at one of the local middle schools. I taught a bunch of kids how to make lightsabers. So you get polycarbonate tubing to make the blades. You have to put a light refractor inside of the blade. You get the sound card. You solder in a high intensity LED to it using an LED driver, a power source, a speaker, and a switch. And then I would go to like Home Resource here or the Habitat for Humanity store and find cheap plumbing products and make the hilt out of those. So
That's really cool. That's a unique hobby.
it is.
I knew you did that, but that was fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that you would do like an after school class about that, but
Yeah.
Hey.
It was fun.
I bet the kids loved it.
Yeah, I got some pictures. They got to learn all about small electronics and learned how to use a soldering iron and all of that. So
That's cool.
That's cool. Nate,
Probably shooting.
shooting?
Yeah.
just in general,
In general,
just like
many different disciplines, many different applications. But
Yeah.
yeah, just in general,
that
that'd be it.
one's up there for me as well. Mine's been forever is fishing. I love to fish,
Mhm.
whether it's on a lake, mostly on the rivers, but lakes, the ocean, wherever. I love to fish. You're out in nature. It's a challenge. Things change. Every single day is different. It's just a different challenge, but at the same time, it's beautiful. It's quiet, fresh air. It's a cool place. My favorite part, though, of fishing is when I'm floating down a river and I look over and, if somebody's house has to be on the river, that they have just great landscaped lawn. I mean, if they have really great landscaping, it really adds to the fishing, which brings us to our newest sponsor, Dave, which is Bowman Landscaping.
And you got to prepare me for these segues. It's just like...
I was like, why would he want to see someone's lawn while he's fishing?
Yeah, it was like, really? Like, my brain's got to catch up with where you're leading me. Okay, landscaping, new sponsor. Okay, how do I make it sound?
It's our brand new sponsor.
I am 50.
Mm-hmm.
And being 50 sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Because, what do you know, dude? Thanks, 45.
46.
46.
I'm going to just stay out of this one.
Yeah. My back is killing me.
Yeah.
And going backwards and thinking about, when did my back start to go bad? It was in the late 90s. I was working multiple jobs, and one of them was with a landscaping crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent a whole summer arranging landscape boulders. And so, one job site I was on for a week, and literally there was a pile of landscape boulders. And my job the whole week was to move that pile from here and spread them out across an entire apartment complex.
Mm.
It was brutal. Now, the upside is I looked ripped in the apartments we lived in. I would go to the swimming pool when I got home from all of that, and take my shirt off, and I looked great right there. What I didn't know is I was essentially destroying my back at that time. And so what I did notice is everybody would drive past me that summer while I was spreading, digging a trench, spreading boulders, whatever. And they would have this sort of look of superiority as they drove past me. And I remember thinking to myself, one day I want to get to the place in life where I can hire somebody to spread boulders for me, because that's when I know I've truly made it in life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to hire somebody to affirm your social status,
yes,
why not hire Bowman Landscaping and our good friend Chance Bowman? Reach out to Chance. His phone number is 406-360-0028. Pay him to do the stuff you don't want to do, because you've made it to the point in life where you can do that.
And then you can participate in your favorite hobby of sitting
Yes.
and watching
yeah,
My favorite hobby is to sit and write a check.
and judge.
yeah, no doubt.
Judge.
Yeah, I would tell people out there, take a chance on Chance.
Oh,
Just do it.
oh man. The
Sorry,
sad
Chance.
thing. Yeah, our apologies to Bowman Landscaping. And Jeff probably sitting on that for the last 31 minutes thinking I'm going to be able to work that one in.
Oh man, I've been waiting for that to come up. I was afraid you were going to use it. Oh man, I feel so much better now.
No. All right.
And with that, we're going to wrap this up. Subscribe to our social and Instagram. Make sure to go over to Instagram and see some of Dave's really cool Chat GPT images he's created.
And maybe we'll throw a couple lightsabers up there too.
Yeah, some
be kinda fun.
lightsabers. Be some banger stuff going there. Make sure to share this with friends. We had some shares happen last week, and we saw a big uptick. And we're not talking just to ourselves here. We got a lot of people listening, which is great.
Thank you, fans.
So, and then thank you, fans. And then make sure to review us on Apple Pod, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Deezer's the other one. So we're everywhere. We're going to have Facebook up soon.
Amazon too.
Amazon too. That's a good spot. So thank you, and see you next week.